بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم صدق الله العظيم. Alhamdulillah, we are indeed very fortunate to attend such gatherings. These gatherings of tilawat of the Quran, khatam of the hifz of the Quran are very, very blessed in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we must be rest assured that in this gathering here, the malaika also are present in this malaika. After reading the Quran, khatam of the Quran, and when the malaika are present in our midst, to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our duas get accepted also. The Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran is such a important kitab, the book of guidance, is a book of honor and respect. And those people who honor and respect the Quran will get honored also by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who disrespect the Quran will be dishonored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no book in the world that has got so much of respect and honor like the Quran. The Quran, if you look at the Quran also you get sawab. If you touch the Quran also you get sawab. If you read the Quran with wuzu you get more sawab. If you read the Quran without wuzu you still get sawab. Read the Quran in namaz you get more sawab. So there's no other book in the world has got so much of honor and respect like the Quran. Which home the Quran is, that home has got barakat already in that home already. So it shows how important this kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. It is mentioned in one hadith when Nabi Karim sallallahu say, that it read Quran in namaz is better than the person who's reading Quran out of namaz. The person who is reading the Quran out of namaz is better than the person who is making zikr and hamd. And the person making zikr and hamd is better than the person who is giving sadaqah. And the person who is giving sadaqah is better than the person who is keeping nafil roza. And nafil roza will save us from the fire of Jahannam. Imagine our Nabi Karim Sallallahu how kind towards us, how much he taught us, what he taught us. We can just understand the value of the Quran. And the Quran and namaz have got munasabat with one another. It is mentioned that the words of the Quran has got 100 sawab, neki. The person who reads Quran in namaz standing, for every letter he gets 100 rewards he gets. And if he sits and reads Quran, he gets 50 rewards for each letter he reads. And if he reads namaz, reads Quran out of namaz, with wuzu, he'll get 25 rewards he gets. And if it is reads Quran out of namaz without wuzu, he gets 10 rewards he gets. And a person who doesn't read Quran at all but just listens to the Quran, then too he gets 1 reward for each letter he listens. Imagine how kind Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. Another hadith, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that how the iron rusts with water, the same manner the heart also gets rusted. So how to cure the heart with the rust is by reading more Quran. And the more Quran you read, the more your heart will get clean from the rust of the heart. Like how you got physical rust, you have spiritual rust also of the Quran we have. So the more Quran we read, the more our heart will get clean from the rust. So the more zikr we make and the more Quran we read, our heart will get clean from this rust. Those people who value the Quran, who look after the Quran and act upon the Quran, then they are the fortunate people. Like as we said, Basir Rahmatullah said, that in the olden times the people at night should study the Quran, understand the meanings of the Quran, and in the daytime should practice on the Quran. That's why they got respect. Wherever they went, they got respect because of that. But now, he's talking for his time, Hassan Basir Rahmatullah say, that nowadays he say the people want to read the Quran, but don't want to understand the Quran. They don't practice on the Quran. So it shows it's important for us to read the Quran also, and also to practice on the Quran also. And Nabi Karim Sallallahu said that everybody has got some specialities. They've got pride in something, they've got pride in. And the pride of my ummah is the Quran. Imagine how high the Quran is. The respect of the Quran. Imagine our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam spent so much of time for us. He made dua for us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He cried and made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for our forgiveness, to intercede for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that I won't dishonor you, I won't disgrace you on the day of Qiyamah. Wherever you intercede for, Allah will forgive them also. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has so much love for his ummah. And what are we doing to the teaching of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Are we practicing on the teaching of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or not? That we got to take assessment of ourselves and see that. It's important that we take assessment of ourselves and see how far are we practicing on the teaching of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Quran has got so much of respect in it that those people who respect the Quran, Allah will give them respect. A small little incident, let me explain. There was one student, he went to the maktab, he studied the Quran, he understood the purpose of the Quran, and at the same time, he knew the value of the Quran, how to respect the Quran also. After his maktab talim got over, he went to the high school now, mixing with other people, other gender. His life slowly started turning away slowly, affected by the environment. So he finished his schooling and finished his degree. Now time came now he wants to get married. So he told the parents, I want to get married to a certain Christian girl I'm in love with. The parents tried to explain to him that no, it is not correct. Can't get married to her. He said, no, I wouldn't get married to her. For so many years I got contact with her. They took him to Imam Sahab. Imam Sahab explained to him also. He started explaining to him, but he was not prepared to listen to anything. And eventually he left the house and he got married to this girl. After getting married to this girl and staying with her, the Christians has got one custom they've got, which they call spring cleaning. Whatever things, unwanted things in the house, they get rid of all those things. So when spring time came, she started cleaning the whole house, whatever she don't want in the house. So she saw the Quran lying in the house. She said, I must throw this also away, I think now. My husband said, no, you can't, the Quran, leave it one side, that's no problem. So she left it the first year. Second year, again she cleaned. Again, she stopped her. After 2-3 years, man, she saw that this husband not listening, not reading the Quran, it's just collecting dust, has no benefit in the house. She got so angry, she took the Quran, threw it in the dustbin. The husband came home in the evening, and he was sitting on the sofa. He noticed the Quran is missing from the shelf. What's happening now? So I asked, what's with the Quran? The Quran is an unwanted thing in our home, and it's there in the dustbin. So quickly he got up and ran to pick up the Quran from the dustbin. When he came to the Quran in the house, the wife got so angry. So either the Quran stay in the house or I stay in the house. You must decide what you want to do. She said, this is a very difficult situation for me to understand, to make a decision. But in the end, he decided, look, Quran is Allah Ta'ala's kalam. I cannot dishonor the Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, I'd rather keep the Quran in the house. The girl packed up and went out of the house. Now he said, what must I do now? The only thing now came to his mind was, I'm going to go to the masjid now. So early in the morning, he got ready, took a shower, and he went to the masjid. Masjid door was still closed. It was before Fajr it was. When Fajr Azan came, the door was opened to the masjid. The Muslim saw him, called him to the masjid. He read 2 rakat namaz of Tawbah in the masjid he made, and cried to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that from where to where I landed up, and see what happened to me today. Imam Sahab came to the masjid, he spoke to Imam Sahab, this is what happened to me, I came to make Tawbah, for whatever wrong I have done. Imam Sahab was very happy and welcomed him. After namaz, Imam Sahab called his parents, told the parents, this your son has come back to the fold of Islam now already. They all rejoiced so much, and they brought him home now, and they welcomed him. This is why, because of the respect of the Quran only. Because he respected the Quran, he came back to the fold of Islam, he came back again. So if we respect our Quran, the Quran will give us respect also. In the same manner, we'll find we got to understand our responsibilities of life also at the same time. The more we understand our responsibilities of life, the more we'll be successful in our life. A small little incident, there was one king. In his kingdom, there was a lot of anarchy there was. People, a lot of fighting a lot of quarrels, disputes, everything. He couldn't understand why is this happening. So he called his ministers together and had a consultation with them and asked them that now try and find out why is this happening. I've got so many rules, so many laws, so many regulations, everything. In spite of this, there's no results. What's happening? So they went out to go and find out inquiries, and they came back and they told the king that the problem is that a lot of people are speaking a lot of lies. That's where the problem is all. So now the king says, that's the case. He sent out the order, he made a rule that now whoever is caught speaking a lies will have to pay a fine. And now the police are in town, going around everywhere. Anyone who's speaking a lie now, they give them a fine. So no one will talk now in the town. So one day the king thought, let me go and see myself what's happening in the town now. He changed his clothing, went with his minister to the town, and see it, everybody's very quiet, nobody's speaking now, there's no disturbances, no problem. He said, he decided going to one shop. He went to one shop. And he went in the shop, so they started talking with the shop owner. He was very reserved how to speak also. Anyway, he asked him that, brother, what is your age? He said, my age is 20 years. So now the king is looking at the face of the shopkeeper and looking at the minister with him, said, this person looks so old, he's got a white beard, his age is over 60 years, he's thinking he's only 20 years old. He's speaking a lie, he doesn't know I'm the king. Anyway, he kept his patience and asked him another question, that what's the worth of your business? How much money have you got? He said, my business is worth 20,000 and only. King said, the shop is full of goods, only 20,000. Doesn't look right. He's speaking, another lie he's speaking now. Then asked him, how many children have you got? How many? He said, I only got one son. Now the king thinks, now this I don't know, till I don't go to the government office and see his records, I won't know what's happening. Anyway, he took it, noted everything, particulars down, and he went to back to his court. He told his minister to take out all his records. He told the records, he found that he was over 60 years old he was. So it was a lie, he's proven he was speaking a lie. Then he saw that his worth, the amount of tax he's giving in the government, shows his wealth is much more than 20,000 also. Then when he saw his records, he said he got 3 sons, and he said he only got 1 son. So they're also speaking a lie. So he summoned him to the court and told him, you spoke these 3 lies, so first go and pay your fine quickly. Gladly he went and paid the fine. While he was going out, the king called him again. Asked him, you know I'm the king, why do you speak a lie? What was the reason of speaking a lie? So the king, the shopkeeper was telling him that the reality of life is what? That my age is only 20 years, I said, because since the time I made tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and changed my life for the better obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is 20 years only now. So this 20 years is my actual life. All other life is wasted life of mine. So when the king heard this, he got very surprised to see that he spoke the truth, in other words. Instead telling the reality of life, what the reality of life is. That what you spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that life is acceptable. All other life is useless for us. It won't help us in the year after. Then I say, okay, the second part, you see your value of the wealth is only 20,000. How is it possible? When our records show you earn so much money. So you say, actually, I only spent 20,000 in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is my actual wealth which is going to help me in the year after. All others not going to help me in the year after. So again the king felt very surprised that he's giving some good advice, explaining the reality of life is that whatever you spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to help you in the year after. That's why our mu'min has given a gift by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the tasawwur akhirat, the thought of the year after. When a person achieves the thought of the year after in his life is a success always. No matter where he is, you've got a thought of the year after, he won't violate anybody's rights. But he'll fulfill everybody's rights. That's our purpose of our life, is that. Anyway, asking the third question, that you say you only got 1 son, and our government record shows you got 3 sons. I said, definitely, I got 3 sons, But 2 sons are disobedient to me. And don't help me anyway in this world. And after I die also, I've got no hope that they will ever make Islam Sahab for me also. Only 1 son is very obedient to me, where he's helped me, he keeps supporting this world also, and I hope that after I die also, he'll make Islam Sahab for me, he'll help me also. When the king heard this, he was very stunned, and he said, if that's the case, He had taught me a lesson of my life, and took the fine and returned his fine back to him again. So it shows our responsibility is to understand the reality of our life, what the reality of our life is. To understand the reality of our life, then we've got no problem. That's why it's important to educate ourselves. That's why students come to the madrasa to educate themselves to become better human beings. And Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's method of education, whatever he taught us, there's nothing more better than that to make us understand what is our responsibility and how to become better human beings. So we learn our deen properly, we learn how to respect one another, we learn how to fulfill the rights of one another, then there's nothing more better than that. In our deen, before namaz became farz, before roza became farz, before zakat became farz, what was farz was sila rahmi, family ties, to honor the family ties, to look after our family. That was first before namaz also became first. Once one person came to Makkah Mukarramah to meet Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He heard about Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. At that time in Makkah Mukarramah, things were not very good. People were troubling Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, hurting Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. People couldn't meet Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam openly also. In that situation, he came to Makkah Mukarramah, and nobody was prepared to tell him when Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is. Anyway, he made his way out to find out when Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was, and eventually he met Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And asked Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who are you? Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I'm a Nabi. The first time in his life he heard a word like Nabi. Asked Nabi Kareem, what is a Nabi? What does Nabi means? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, a Nabi means that he brings the commands of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala to the servants. He connects the servants to his Creator. That's the work of a Nabi. So he got very happy. He said, what do you teach then? What are your teachings? He told that Allah Ta'ala has commanded us to make sila rahmi, to look after, bond your family ties, to maintain family ties, be good to your family. And at the same time, abolish idol worshipping, break the idols. When he heard that, he got very happy. He said, because in time of ignorance also, I detested idol worshipping. I never liked idol worshipping at all. So this really suited me, this teaching of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he accepted Islam on the hand of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was so kind towards him. Don't disclose your iman to anybody, because they will hurt you, they will harm you, put you in difficulties. I am a resident of Makkah Mukarramah. I got family here. Although they hurt me and harm me, but I still got some support. You will have no support. Rather go back to your clan and spend time there with them and practice on whatever I've explained you now. And I get prominence everywhere, then you come and meet me again afterwards. So he left and went back to his tribe. And he stayed there. And anyone coming to Makkah Mukarramah should ask him, how's Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? How is it faring, whatever it is. And then came to find out, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam left Makkah Mukarramah and went to Medina Munawwara already. So after some time, somebody from his clan went to Medina Munawwara for some work they went. When they came back, he asked them, how is Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? A person migrated from Makkah Mukarramah to Medina Munawwara. He said, he is a very good person. He teaches good things to the people. And the people are attracting towards him. And his numbers are growing. When he heard this, he got very happy. And he went now to go and meet Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When he reached Medina Munawwara, he met Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Asked Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, do you recognize me or not? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, definitely you are the same person who came to Makkah Mukarramah to meet me. Then told Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that after from so many years now, you have got more teachings from Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. So teach me something more than that now. Teach me how to make wuzu. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught him how to make wuzu then. Then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught him how to read namaz also, the times of namaz, everything. And a few other things Nabi taught him. So he appreciated his iman coming in the company of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Imagine we are born Muslims, we got iman in our hearts. Mustn't we be more sympathetic to our religion, sympathetic to our deen, be more comfortable with the teaching of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and put it into our daily lives? Here we see our young, small children who are not born Muslims, but how beautiful Quran they read. How much of deen they learn, how much eagerness they got for them to learn the deen and practice the deen. So this must give us encouragement to change our lives also, to become better Muslims. Have kitab reading in our homes. Join the kitab readings in our masjids and educate ourselves in such a manner that we also become perfect and good Muslims we become also. Allah give us tawfiq for understanding and practicing and improving our lives and supporting such institutions and supporting such students who are eager to learn the deen also, inshallah.